with the Supreme Lord, it was instantaneous, spontaneous. It was just coming. So this is the drishti of the heart. When the mind goes through the heart, then you realize what it is. They get so much immersed in that Leela, they don't know what is happening. Srila Prabhupada, when he was giving the Bhagavatam or some pastimes, he would not speak. He would go, tears would come. He would merge himself. Such an Acharya was Srila Prabhupada. So when we hear those pastimes of the Lord from his mouth, if it doesn't melt our heart, there's something wrong with our heart. Because if the heart doesn't melt, that means either we have not understood, somebody has not educated us, or we don't want to understand. So we are chanting the holy name 16 rounds every day. We are tasting the Krishna Prasad. We are associating with the devotees. Everything is done, but still something is keeping us apart of getting that pure devotional service. So that reflects in our action. So if you analyze the holy name, the Hare Krishna mantra is also same thing. Hare Krishna, Ram and Krishna, the holy names, and there is Hara, which is service. So when Srila Prabhupada gave this Hare Krishna mantra, yes, Ram and Krishna, what service I can do? What seva can I do for you? I don't know, my Guru knows. So Srila Prabhupada says, you do this service. I was hearing Aindare Prabhu, he was speaking in the last days. He was glorifying the holy name. He says glorifying the holy name means that is nothing but humility. What is humility? Is seva. So when we chant the holy name, you are actually connecting with this Lord and asking him, what seva can I do? In what way I can contribute to yours glorification or your movement? So he was talking about, yes, we are not pure devotees. So you have to chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. You have to chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. But we chant 2 hours. Because that is our mind which goes up to that. So Srila Prabhupada says, unless a person chants 24 hours, he cannot be a pure devotee, I cannot go back to Godhead. So when this question was asked, Aindare Prabhu said that Prabhupada's secret was he gave seva. He asked you to build temples. He asked you to print books. He gives so many varieties. He built temples. He gave devotional service. He gave deity worship. He then giving. So doing all this, I was bewildered by his way of explaining. How much it's true that we can't do 16 rounds. How can it go 22 rounds? So when he said that, yes, that's why seva is very, very important. Our mind cannot sit in one place and chant the glory of the holy name all the time. But Haridas Thakur could do. Our Gaudiya Math, they were chanting 64 rounds. They were doing. But in Prabhupada's time it was not possible. He said, no. You chant 16 rounds, but you build temples, you go distribute books. He gave so many sevas. He asked somebody, you can paint. He asked somebody, you translate. What a wonderful person, Srila Prabhupada. He knew the tricks, how you can engage. Just like our children, when they are too naughty, you give them something to play. Is it not? You engage them, okay, do this. In the same way, Krishna consciousness is nothing but all these things is Krishna is playing with us. He is giving us, engaging with us. Otherwise, these are not required. And also engaging us so that other people take it up. So whenever these pastimes are going to be observed, please don't pass your time. Take part in the pastime. Either you can pass your time or take part. So when you see from the material aspects, it just remains and goes. But when you see from spiritual aspects, Srila Prabhupada says today is Rama Navami. Let's talk about Ram. Let us fast today. Let us chant for him. Ram is not different from Krishna. So he explained from the Brahma Samhita who is Ram. So Srila Prabhupada was that person who is giving us Ram and Krishna in a plate. Please pick it up. So drishti is very, very important. That drishti which Srila Prabhupada is giving, it opens our inner heart. So today is such an auspicious day. Read something about what Srila Prabhupada talks about, give some inner thoughts. And another aspect is we'll also glorify Valmiki, who is the epitome of Ramayana, who brought it Kavya, the first Kavya which came out. And who was he? He was a hunter. So you could see if what difference it makes. And a hunter became a real hunter of Supreme Personality because he hunted him and kept him in the heart. What a glorious life is of Valmiki. And we are coming in that parampara. I think you should have more mats, more people are coming. So the point, what today's glorification of the Supreme Lord, what exactly Ram did. So let's glorify first the author of Ramayana. So Srimad Ramayana is an epic which is a practical manual of imparting devotional services. What does he says? The glorification of Valmiki, Kujantham Rama Rameti Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Here, Valmiki is compared to Kokila. Somebody sings very nicely, she sings like a Kokila. But what is she singing? That you should know, or what is he singing? One who sings the Lord's glories is a Kokila, not anybody. We compare everybody to Kokila. Oh, she's singing so nicely some film songs. She cannot be Kokila. She may have a good voice. But Kokila is one who always sings glories of Lord. So here is that comparison given of Kokila to Valmiki. So every aspect what we are thinking, here it is a differentiation. In the material world, everything is compared to a person who sings nicely is a Kokila. They don't know what is there in that. It cannot be. A Kokila is one which sings only the glories of the Lord. So this is how drishti matters. So this is what comparison is. Then he says salutation to Nightingale Valmiki, who sits on the poem like a branch, who goes on sweetly singing Rama, Rama, Rama. That's what I said. Kogile with Ram, Kogile with Krishna, otherwise nothing else. Can we understand this? Next time when you think of Kogila, you think whether it's glorifying Krishna or Ram. So, material world, everything they copy from spiritual aspects. Somebody sings nicely, he says, Kogile tara channa galta. Yen heltare gotilla. Right? So this is the drishti matters. What matters is how you perceive things spiritually. That is what is given by Srila Prabhupada. The next sloka says, Valmiki Muni Simhasya Kavita Va Charanya Shunvan Rama Krodha Nadam Nayati Param Gatim. Who in this world will not attain salvation, who happens to hear the story of Ram, composed by the lion poets of the poets, is Valmiki, who always lived in the forest. Now, second confirmation that you cannot hear anybody who is speaking about Ram. If you sit there, your forearm should come up there. Two more should come up. Right? Tears should flow. So these are the things which we have to understand. What is the difference between a person who is making you realize Ram is in front of you, or somebody who is bringing you a picture of Ram and showing you? It doesn't connect at all. So every glorification is not superficial. So much of reality is there. Who can beat Ramayana today? Same thing is being repeated. Even materially people will sit and listen to Ram, even they know the story. So it is got a material attraction as well as spirituality. What happens is material becomes spiritual. That means you will enter Ayodhya. Right? So they are exalted people where you get immersed. One such pastime was happening in Srirangam. When an exalted personality was speaking about Lord Ramachandra. So the way he was speaking and going on, everybody, the 1,000-pillar temple is there in Srirangam. So regularly people, different backgrounds of Sampradaya, they would come and preach. So the glorification of the Lord was going on. At that time, the pujari who was supposed to do in time, he could not, he was continuously hearing the Harikatha or Ram Katha. He could not get up from there. He was sitting and watching. He was in Dvivida to go and offer, because time was there inside, Ranganatha was waiting, and this person did not go. So he got immersed. At that time, Lord is waiting. He says, what is that? Today my offering has not come. He also came out, looking for his pujari or his. He saw this person was standing by the side of the pillar and hearing Ram Katha. Lord went by the side behind him without disturbing. He also started listening his own Katha. So both of them were sitting there. In the meantime, what happened? This person reminded, okay, let me do something. He went back to the sanctorium and see Lord is also missing. So he came back and he saw Lord is also hearing. So these are all transcendental. It has happened in Kali Yuga. The Lords, the Vigraha used to reciprocate. Even it has happened in ISKCON. Many places where Srila Prabhupada interacted with the deities. He says, please take care of my people. They don't know how to worship you. Give them benefit of doubt. Please accept. That's what Srila Prabhupada is. This is Harikathas. The Harikathas means when you hear, they immerse you and they take you back to Godhead. They will take you unless you come back to the ground. So many exalted people are there, even in ISKCON. Wonderful. Just like we had the Harikatha of Ramachandra. And we had especially, what is that, Gaura? Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. Just one point I would like to highlight. He was talking about the perception of misunderstanding. The way he was talking about Bharata being misunderstood by everybody. For a time, sitting there, I totally forgot that I was in this world. The way he was speaking, so much of misunderstanding, even in our own world it happens. It can happen, it is happening now also. But when you hear such things, you can rectify yourself. Because you making mistakes. So when we hear such pastimes from great devotees, their realization, you can make your own correction in your own course of progress. Because we mistake with so many things, we misunderstand so many people, we conclude so many things. Even in our devotional service, so many Vaishnavas are there. Unknowingly we are making mistakes. Knowingly we are making mistakes. Knowingly we are judging people. Unknowingly we are judging people. But these corrections will happen when you hear from a devotee who has realized these things. He is not an ordinary person who is speaking. Ram spoke through him. This is how we should see. We should see every Kathagar in the parampara of Prabhupada has something in their heart to give, because they have understood who Prabhupada is. Every moment he was talking about misunderstanding, I was waiting when is the neck, when his misunderstanding will go. What a rupture in the heart when somebody comes and tells you, you have taken Ram Raj from Ram. He is supposed to be there. Your own mothers, your own brothers, your own Rajaguru. The way he was explaining, is that what I am repeating? Certainly it matters. Suddenly your parents doubt you. What happens? Suddenly your loved one's wife doubt you. Suddenly your husbands doubt you. your life is shattered. So what happens then? In the same way, spiritually, it is coming from there. It has happened there. But what you are firm fixed in Krishna consciousness will lead you to the right path. So I was thinking, when he is going to come? When Bharata, he said, no, I have to make this correction. Let me go back and bring Ram. That mattered a lot. So many times in our life also, many things, misunderstandings is there. So we can easily conclude, they misunderstood me. Okay, alright, they misunderstood you. What is the proof? Here is from Ramayana. How Bharata, when they are back. So every act of that relationship where even Lakshmana misunderstood Bharata, what to speak of somebody else. And what did he think? He concluded that he took away the kingdom, now he wants to come and kill him. Is it not? So it touches the heart. At the moment we want to go and tell him, Bharat, Lakshman, what are you doing? You are making a mistake. That's what Ram did. So Ram is such kind of a person that 16 qualities, he is there in every act of his throughout Ramayana. You have to go through that. So the tolerance capacity, the misunderstanding that he did not misunderstand Bharata, he did not judge him. Let him come, let us see what he wants. No, my brother is not like that. He told Lakshman, my brother is not, Bharat is not like that. Wait, let him come. So you could see that the confidence in each of us should be like that. If this movement has to grow, we have to trust each other. If this movement has to make a dent in this world, we have to trust each other. We have to cooperate with each other. Ramayana is nothing but a beautiful cooperation between the brothers. And they brought out Ayodhya. So this ISKCON movement is also like that. We are so many people. We have to cooperate and bring back Krishna Rajya right here. The moment a person comes here, he experiences this, he will go back to spiritual world. But if it doesn't make, probably we may be the root cause for it. Just think about it. So these are the points when we sit and hear Krishna Katha, Rama Katha, any pastime of the Lord, is you dig in your heart and find out, where did I go wrong? It is not that everything is fine there. First, you are the culprit here. Oh, I misunderstood this. So every aspect of this should contribute towards our, confidence in the spiritual master, our conviction with the spiritual master, and our cooperation with the 100% with him. So Srila Prabhupada said, Ram Rajya we have to establish. How can we do it without Ram? In the same way, if Prabhupada wants Ram Rajya here, how can we be without his instructions? You have to meditate on his instructions. You have to look at it. Yes, I have to contribute. If there is something wrong, I am the culprit. You have to look at that. Prayashchita, Paschatapa is the main thing for us to progress in Krishna consciousness. You have to repent. You have to find a way to overcome that. If you think everything is fine, I am the guy, the best guy, all the people who are here are bad. It's a reverse side. You are the worst guy and all the people are good. That's what Ram was saying. That's how Ram's mood was. When Srila Prabhupada was preaching all over the world, he did not see for anybody else. He just saw human beings. He said, you can be qualified, you can be qualified. So what is that sampradaya? That how many sampradayas are there? How many are they educating everybody in the world? No. When they see, they will call, if Swajana is there, they will come, they say, you please come this side. If they are not Swajana, they will say, you come this side. They may little allow them, because government rules are there. So they may allow, but it's not true. It's not they are doing through heart. But here is a visionary. He did not discriminate. He brought, for everybody he gave Ram. For everybody he gave Krishna. But whether did you take or not, that matters a lot. So we may be 10 years, 20 years, 50 years in ISKCON. But how much of that is there in the heart? There has to be a transformation. So This is what it is, a person who gets involved. Srila Prabhupada also quotes about Kurulshekar Alvars, and he's talking about Mukundamala. He loved it. Whenever he used to chant that, tears would come. But if you look at the pastime of that Chakravarti, he also was such a person. When he would call Hari, he was a king, but his king he was not a pure devotee of Lord. He was just a normal person trying to be a good gentleman. But he had no extraordinary realization. But somewhere the mercy of the Lord came on him, there was a transformation in him. What he did, even though his own personification he did not know so much, but he started calling pure devotees to give Harikatha. So when this used to happen, there was transformation. So in the transformation, a king, whole world listened to him, and he was listening to a Kataga. You get the point? Samudragupta Chandramaurya was the king of the world, but who was his minister? Was Chanakya Pandit. He would go and listen to him. So this is how it is. We are Chakradhipati, but we should relate to Prabhupada. Because we are the king, no? We think we are the king. Nobody is there. Everything, money is there in my pocket, beautiful house, beautiful wife, beautiful children. Why should I listen to anybody? So you are a Chakradhipati. But the Chakradhipatis would listen to their ministers. And here's a beautiful guru who is sitting there. So we have to go to him. You want to make progress. Because all these attributes, what you have today, tomorrow will go off. Right? So the bone of contention for us is, every time we sit in a katha, is what can I grab? How much can I grab? Put it in my heart so that it remains. So this should be the mode of our Krishna conscious progress. The more we think about these things, the faster we make progress in Krishna consciousness. So in this way, when we saw that Harikathagar, there was a time where there was a fight between Ram and Ravan. I think Karadushan. And where Ram alone was fighting. When he was fighting, this king was thinking, my God, he is fighting alone. What should I do? He tells the minister, come on, bring everybody, let's go. Fight, we'll give you support. So they got immersed in that pastime. And he wanted to take part in that pastime, not that he passes his time there. So everything is prescribed in the scriptures, which is deep rooted with love and affection and a plan for action. Everything is so perfect. What is that which is separating is our ego, ahankar, which is telling us, you know everything. I know everything. So Ram Katha, I know. What did Ram do? But the end result is something else. So when we are meditating on these such pastimes, the first thing is make space here. When we come, today is Rama Navami. So today let us make some space for Ram Katha and what I can take up. So you have a fixed bank, but you in that fixed deposit, you can't take out money, only you can put money. Right? So we should have such kind of bank account where goes inside, doesn't come out. And this bank, this fixed deposit where you get money is such places where wonderful realization comes, open your heart, everything goes there. Because you know that the day you leave this world, everything goes. By chance, you are dead. After 10 days, still the body is not gone. Still it is there because some, process of post-mortem is going on. In the process, all the family members already divided their wealth. By chance, that spirit soul goes back in the body and comes back. What will happen? It will never recognize you. This is what is material world. They are only here to take everything from us with that beautiful taste of our relationship, which is material. Spiritual relationship is entirely different, and that relationship is given by the bona fide Acharya. So the immersed. Now going to glorification of, without glorification and Ram, how can we proceed further? So we glorified Valmiki. Now we will glorify, most of you know this. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pade Namaha. I'm sure most of you in your younger days, in your school, or your grandmother, great grandmother would have taught you this. Is it not? But how much of you really know about Ram? They taught us. It is there. What prayers you have learned, Baba? You say that she will tell all these prayers. She will tell all these prayers. How much do you know about it? No, only we know I can chant. So we can become a parrot. But where is the realization? So here the realization, they forgot to teach the translation. They taught us the sloka, but they forgot to teach the translation. And the translation, what is the hidden meaning, that also they forgot. So there is a communication gap. They did half. So I'm not against it. It has the results. But as we grow, we want something. As a child, ignorant, it gets the result. But when you mature enough and you don't know who Ram is, then people, you cannot get that connection. So what does the meaning says? Salutations to Ram, who is known as Rama Bhadra, Ramachandra, who is mentioned in the Vedas as the greatest lord of Raghuvamsha and the whole world, who is the consort of Sita, who protected the entire world. That they forgot. So next we'll go to another sloka. It says, Apadam Maham Dataram Sarva Sampadam Lokabhiramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamiham. What does this meaning? He says, the one who removes all the distress, the granter of all prosperity, the Lord of the universe, Sri Ram, I salute again and again. Now what did happen to Vibhishana? He just changed the party. The whole wealth came to him. So you have to just cooperate with Supreme Lord. Like this, things are there. So we have to just check the side of ISKCON, everything will change for us. The reality is that. What you are giving to ISKCON is nothing but what you are getting more. How many of you believe this? Don't hesitate. No problem. Hare Krishna. This is the Shastra Praman. We'll take example of Prabhupada. He didn't have anything. But he switched sides from Gandhi to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He had $1 billion at his disposal. What do you say? Swam Prakash, do you agree with me? How many of you agree with me? He just twisted. He was following Gandhi. Then he met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then he created the whole world, $1 billion company called ISKCON. Switching the sides. Transformation. Why it will not happen to us? And who is the enjoyer? We are sitting and enjoying. Because we just switch sides. We also switch sides, right? From materialism, slowly we are taking this side. We are coming, enjoying Krishna Prasadam. Slowly, beautiful big temple will come. You will have kirtan, you will have bhajana, bhojana, what not. Just in the name of Prabhupada. What did we do? We just switch sides. He got it. So this is what is Krishna consciousness is all about. The more we meditate on the pastimes of Prabhupada building each temple, how much of blood has gone? Every temple. When he was talking about, especially to Toronto temple, he saw beautiful, the pastime there. He saw that church. I was there in that church and he was telling me what happened there. He saw this beautiful church and it was for sale. Prabhupada said you should buy this church. We should convert it to temple. He did not have $1 in his pocket. But over a period of 6 months, they bought the temple, bought the church. Today is one of the roaring temple in Canada. If you get a chance, please visit. So it is that pure Acharya is there behind us. You don't have to think big, but try to do big. If you don't try to think, you can think many things. It cannot be remained as a dream. But when you think that dream for Krishna, it will happen. So that is the differentiation. Then the third one, he says, Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarma Bhomaya Mangalam. This Mangalam, auspiciousness, I learned in ISKCON only. Till then I didn't know what is the auspiciousness. I didn't know what is bliss. I didn't know what is transcendental. Did you know? All these words already there in that. Prabhupada just gave an English title for all this. You're having a smile? Is it true?
Actually, I used to post in Facebook, like transcendental. One day got why are you posting every day saying transcendental? Where are you getting this?
Because Kali Yuga, you have to hammer. Auspiciousness. Till today, we never knew what is auspiciousness. So, for everything, right time. This Mangalam is actually coming from that word. What does the meaning says? Oh, auspicious ruler of Kausala. That means, if you are associating with Ram, that means auspicious. If you are chanting the glories of Ram, it is auspicious. If you are hearing Ramakatha, it is auspicious. If you are following the instructions of Rama, it is auspicious. Otherwise, it's not auspicious. So, he is talking about qualities of Emperor Dasharatha, the universal dominant Lord. Now, again, the word dominant. Unless somebody is dominant, it is not possible. Dominant does not mean bulldozing. Dominant means based on tattva. He fought for a dharma. A person can dominate this world if he is a dharmatma. You should understand this. A dominance means not bulldozing just because I am strong. Only a person who has 6 qualities can be a dharmatma. One can dominate. Aishwarya Samagrasya. That's what Prabhupada is talking about. Vishnu Puran. These words are all attributed to Ram and Krishna, not to anybody else. Oh, he is dominating, you are telling. You are abusing him. Dominant is somebody who is following dharma. Yama Dharma was dominant ruler. A dominant who completely catches what exactly has to be done. Dharmatma, followed by what Krishna wants. Prabhupada said that, yes, like Ram, we should practice. And Ram also did. He preached as Krishna. So he allowed us to practice that way. I will add one more. Rama was practiced first. As Krishna, he was preaching first. As Lord Chaitanya, he showed us how to be a servant. As Dasa Baba. Right? The Dasa Baba, if he is not there, it is not possible. So if Dasa Baba has to come, then you have to be a servant. If you are going to be a servant, you have to do some service. Otherwise, how is it you are collected with Dasa? So these are all links which you have to understand. This is Tattva Darshini. How you go detail into the Acharya's words and make yourself realize it is what it is. The scientists in the world, they are going cutting there, that atoms and semi-atoms, what is that? I am not that good the scientist, but you can see it's further they are dissecting it. But what is the outcome? Every time there is a new theory coming up. The source of these atoms is Supreme Lord Himself. So that's why Srila Prabhupada was talking, Supreme Lord has created everything. They are wasting their time, is telling. One breath of the Lord, if they read the Bhagavatam, one time Mahavishnu comes out, so many planets come. These people are still finding out where is this planet coming. They can't understand one planet just floating. I am not criticizing them, they are doing their duty, but I don't know which life they will realize unless they come to ISKCON. Many scientists are doing, sincerely they are working. So much of government money is going, fine, but they cannot end the result because their fundamental principle is wrong. So their basis of theory is somewhere in between. They are assuming things. They are presuming things and they are coming to conclusion, and conclusion is not there. Conclusion is not there. So here the words, he is an expert in Vedas, Vedanta, dark cloud complexion idol. How beautifully explaining. Extol virtuous hymns, eternal Parijata was with him, Sri Rama, depository, all auspicious qualities, pleasing personality, amazing reason for pleasure of lotus. face of Sita. Such a wonderful thing. This particular word, pleasing personality. It's a very amazing pastime where Vishwamitra, he is performing yagna. That yagna, please check me out. All right. Okay. There is the sign. Wherever Lord says, okay, let's stop. This Vishwamitra, what happened to him? He was performing yagna. When he was doing yagna, all these demons would come and disturb. So what did he do? As a rishi, he can't kill. So he approached a Kshatriya king. He went to Dasharatha and said, I'm doing this yagna. For what? For the kalyana of this society. So please help me. So Dasharatha immediately became ready. Yes, I'll come. He says, no. I want your children. I want Ram and Lakshman or Ram. The moment he said, he fell off. They are younger boys, 2 young boys. Arey, what kind of heart you have? I will come. I am a Kshatriya. I am coming from Ikshvaku dynasty. I can kill all these demons. No, my dear sir, you please send your children. So you can see Vyamoha, Putra Vyamoha to Rama and Lakshman. He forgot that he has to protect this world. At that time, Vasishtha was there. So that's why we require counselors in our life. Any judgment we do, sometimes it's dangerous. That's why we should have people with us, well-wishers. Papa, I'm making a decision. Please help me out. Anything, it doesn't matter. Even if you have to buy a washing machine, better ask for people. What I'm just giving you practical things like that. So we are going. In the same way, how can you joke with yourself with a spiritual life? Can you make your own decisions? Now here Dasharatha, he is Vasishtha. He was now going to counsel Dasharatha and tell, don't worry, he is Vishwamitra. If you are going to make him angry, he will burn all us off. Please allow the children. Let him go. Don't worry, nothing will happen. So you can see how each one is protecting the other. This is the nature of Vaishnavism. A king can go wrong. A rishi can go wrong. Anybody in this matter can go wrong. But they are amongst the people who protect them. So as a confluence of Vaishnavas, we are all there. We have nothing to fear. We are protected. This Sagara of ISKCON is like that. So many people are there to protect us. But would you want to be protected? That is the point. Is if you want to, let's say, investment of some money you want to do, our Prasadatma is there, very expert in Prasanatma, very expert in investment of money. Whenever he comes, says, I want to invest there, invest there. He is a good counselor. I said, I will come to you when I have money. So even want to invest money, you have to respect. I don't think he will cheat me because he is ISKCON man. Right? So in this way, now what happened to, this is the beautiful, when he came here taking Ram and Sita on the way, Lakshman, he was giving them all Vidya. All types of knowledge he was giving. They learned everything. And it became twilight, became dark. And the 2 young princes were tired. They slept. After sleeping, so it was a moment in the morning. Rishi comes and sees the beautiful face of Ram and Lakshman. He gets bewildered. That is where his flow came out from his mouth. Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashadrula Kartavyam Devamanvitam. This is what is chanted in Tirupati every day. Why did this come up? And what a Rishi is. So when things come out from the heart, there is no explanation for it. And what is the meaning? Kausalya Supraja Rama. That he is glorifying the mother Kausalya. Every aspect of the Supreme Lord is so auspicious. Let's just go to the meaning of that. And I don't think I will. What I wanted to communicate, I went different way. It's okay. He says, "O good offspring of Kausalya, Rama, yesterday evening, the evening is creeping away, the dawn is coming about. You greatest of the being, may you perform your duty. Please get up and perform your duty of your godly status," he says. So, an Acharya knows who he is associated with. He knew who was Ram. So all these things matter to us. It is not passing our time in reading Bhagavatam. Please dig into it just like Balaram. He brought the Yamuna inside like that. You should dig the thoughts of Bhagavatam into our heart. It's so strongly there. So I'll just conclude by two pastimes with the permission of Swayam Prakash Prabhu. I'll just complete with just two pastimes. Alright? So this was a pastime which was after the king Rama won over Lakshman, came back to Ayodhya, and Ayodhya he met Bharata, who did not claim Rama's property, returned back. How many of us do that? 14 years is a long time. 2 months, 3 months, somebody give you money. Like that, I don't know who you are. It can happen between father, mother, brother, sister, anything can happen. How many of you are, you feel this? My own brother cheated. One devotee called me up and said that recently. He said, "Prabhu, I want a lawyer." I said, "Why do you want a lawyer?" "My brother has cheated me. He's taking all my property in his name." I said, "Come running. We have a very good lawyer. We are also fighting. Because our big property is also stolen, no? So I will take you to the same lawyer." So like that, it's happening everywhere. So he gives back and Rama blesses him. Then Ram is continuing with this every day. He is ruling this kingdom. In his kingdom, everything was open. In this opening, he says, Prabhupada says, in this world, there is court, there is lawyer, you have to pay stamp duty. Prabhupada explains all this. You have to bribe so many things and it will get registered and the case can come up after 6 years. You may live or you may die. So in this time, what Prabhupada is speaking about that Brahmana. So every day Ram would stay in the kingdom. He would have his counseling every day in the morning. He would call us and he would open the doors. Anybody who has problem in this world, they can come to him. Hardly anybody would come. Otherwise it was only Ram Kada. So this Brahmana came and he said, "Ram, there is some problem in your kingdom. You have done some mistake." Yes. What happened? "My son has died. He is very young. So if somebody is died like that, is something wrong with the king." This is what his dharma says. Raja is the one. If he is following the Varnashram dharma, nothing happens. Everything has to be. Anything bad happens, credit goes to the king. The same way, other way. So the point here is the moment he came and said, "You have done something wrong," who dares can tell Ram that you made a mistake? But Ram was perturbed. He says the young son has died. And he didn't know why he has died. So the next day, he called all his counselors. He sat with Vasishtha, everybody, and he was debating on what is happening. At that time, Narada Muni also comes. Very interesting fact. Narada Muni comes and he also hears. The moment he hears, "Ram, there is one Shudra. He is standing upside down on a tree. He is performing austerities." Shambhunatha, his name is Sambhava, something like that. He is doing austerities and he is planning to go to the Devaloka. So he is being born in a Shudra, he cannot do. So you immediately act, he says. So Ram goes to the place, finds that person, he cuts off his head. Now you can think, why did Ram do it? You could have put him in prison and things like that. It doesn't work like that. In the the kingdom of God. It's an eye to eye and things like that. You can't perform any adharma, not based. You have to suffer for it. If somebody is killed, he is promoted. Ram kills, he is promoted. Kaurava kills, Kaurava are killed by Krishna, they are promoted. So when Ram killed this, you know what happened? All the devatas put flowers because they didn't want anybody to come in the short circuit. It was Treta Yuga. You can't take a short circuit. Only in Lord Chaitanya's time you can go back to Godhead in short way. There is a shortcut. No other yuga you don't have a shortcut. Do you agree with me? That is the point which makes is this time where we are in golden age period of Lord Chaitanya. Everybody like Jaga and Madhya, we can go back to Godhead. Someday we were like that. Or maybe we are still like that, but still we are chanting Hare Krishna. We have a hope because we are still residing with the devotees. So this is how what happened was, then he comes back and he is discussing with Narada and Vasishtha. He says, what you have done is correct according to Dharma. You have not done anything, you have protected this anartha to be happen. That is why in the Kali Yuga, we don't have qualified people. So, Harinam, that's why Prabhupada said, you do everything, whatever you call Purohit, anything. But ultimately you have Harinam. Harinam cleanses everything. So we used to do everything and we used to Harinam in the last. That's how Prabhupada protected us. Because even today, some people appreciate we have Yagna, Dana, they all come. But Prabhupada said, have Harinam. So this is one pastime. The another pastime is the same way. When Ram, he used to go on tour. He used to go on tour regularly, finding out what's happening around the world. So there was one person who would come every day. He would come, see Lord Ramchandra, and he would go for his work. He would take his water, he would break his fast, everything. So he was doing regularly like that. One day, when Ram went for a month, he went out and came back, and there was one person who was sullen. He was about to, all skinny and things like that. Then he asked Lakshman, who is this person? Lakshman knew about who he was. Unless Ram asked, he will not speak. No. So he said, this is this person. He is a Drida Vrata. He has a Vrata. Without seeing you, he will not do anything. So he had made a point in his life that every day he would come, see you, then he will start his Nitya Karma, Nitya Kainkarya. So because 1 month he has not seen you, so he is standing there all the time. And he is thinking, my God, just imagine what could have happened to Ram. He is from Ikshvaku dynasty. He said that from my parampara, there is Lord Ramachandra's Vigraha which is there. You bring them and you do Pratishtha. Whenever I am going out, let the people come have darshan. How much important it is that Prabhupada gave us an opportunity, Mangalarti. How many of us without Mangalarti we do anything? Is it not? He gave an opportunity every day 4:30 we come, have darshan, then only we will start our day-to-day function. Is it not? So this is our Yuga Acharya who is inculcated all the Mangala Karyam in our life, which is either from Ram, either from Krishna. In this way, our life is becoming successful because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. We are sitting here, hearing Ram Katha, and continue to hear, and somehow or the other, if we can make some impact on the society by and large, it will be a great boon and a gratitude we can give to Ram. And I think they are about to Haribol, deep slumber. This is called transcendental meditation. No problem. Because you sleep in Bhagavatam also, because Atma is open, it goes inside. Don't have to worry. It is not unnatural. The thing is, devotees, they work 24 hours. When they sleep, when they get up, doesn't matter. What matters is how they are serving Krishna. I just, in this regard, I want to tell you one it happened to me. It was Jagannath Rath Yatra in Jagannath in Coimbatore. So regularly we used to go. 25 years I went there. I was driving the chariot. So many of us from Bangalore we used to go. So one time what happened in the Rath Yatra, Rath was supposed to start at 4 o'clock. My spiritual master Jayapatak Maharaj, usually he travels from one place. He is a multi-dimensional person, goes different places. His time, he doesn't have control over his time. Time controls him in that way. Because wherever he goes, things change. There are times where he has preached in 4 places from Australia. From one continent he goes to other place. He would have done 4 programs. So that was his energy. So that day he came. He had landed up at 2:30. Then it became 4 o'clock. Then there was a message sent to the Rath. You better start the Rath. He will join. And there was one of my godbrothers staying with me. We were just debating. He came and said, Narari, Guru Maharaj is sleeping at this time. It's evening, twilight. It's not good. I really got hurt. I said, he just landed up. You know what? Is he sleeping for his bed rest or to give association? Look at his whole life he is given. What does it matter? He comes 1 hour late. That's how we both were interacting. Then he told me, yes, what you say is correct. I made a mistake. So the point is, you can't measure a devotee's resting, speaking, whatever he does. He's all a person who is surrendered to Krishna. You can't, distinguish their sleeping and these things. Nothing like that. They're already engaging. Their sleeping time is what Krishna wants them to sleep. Their eating time is what Krishna wants. They have given their life to Krishna. So don't ever think about a devotee. He is doing this. Sometimes he may be in anger. Sometimes certain things which you maybe feel, oh, why does he do this? But everything in Krishna consciousness is okay, as long as it is pleasing Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I am seeking forgiveness from Swayam Prakash Prabhu, because I was just seeing his drowsiness, so this came into my mind. I don't want anybody to think the other way. He's a wonderful devotee. He is my heart. He does so many activities. So whatever he does, he is pleasing to us. Hare Krishna. Still not ready? Any one comment? One reflections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. I wanted to know the 6 qualities of Dharmatma.
Oh, I don't have time now. 16 qualities. I'll send it to you. Yeah, 16 qualities. It's a very big thing. That will take every quality take a one day. I'll send it to you. Every activity, his tolerance, all these qualities are attributes, his patience, his communicating skills. So, in that way, everything is explained in the Ayodhya Kand before, in that epic. He questions, and that question was actually answered by Narada Muni. Yes, there is one person. His name is Ram. He is a contemporary, he says. Why no arati? But when you remove the arati, you don't open the curtain, no? Straight away arati goes. That's what, when he is going to, arati comes up, at that time you cannot open the curtain, full curtain you put, then you open the upper arati. Probably he didn't know that. Other time it's okay, but this is our Rajbhog arati. Sensitive matter, nothing else. You have to learn. Hare Krishna. You have some announcements? Huh? He'll do it now. What are they? He's
Hare
going.
Krishna. Ram. Big announcement. We have a sponsor today for Prashadam. Chetan Rao Prabhu has sponsored Prashadam for today's Rama Navami Mahotsav. Any other devotees who would like to sponsor today? Hare Krishna. Let us all chant once Hare Krishna now. Ashokatma Vasudev Prabhu who wants to sponsor. Anybody else? Prove your name. Gautam Prabhu. Gautam Prabhu also wants to sponsor Prashadam. Anybody else wants to sponsor? Okay. Let us all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra for these wonderful devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We will have Aarti now. A quick reminder, this Saturday we will have the Vyas Puja of His Holiness Jayapathampai Maharaj. Schedule we had announced a few days back. Please watch out for those on the WhatsApp group. I can send the schedule. So the program will start, obviously from Mangalarti, we will have Mangalarti. But around 9 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m., we'll start the program. 8:30 a.m., we'll start the program. We also have Prabhas Krishna here who also says, Prabhuji, can I sponsor Prashad? So why not? Let us all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra for this wonderful devotee. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Shrimate
शिल प्रभुपाद की, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, नवद्वीप नागर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जमुनापुरी धाम की, गंगामय की, यमुनामय की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, रामनवमी महामहोत्सव की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, all glories to the assembly, all glories to the assembly, all glories to the assembly, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Shri Guru.
Thank you.